Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back on F1 2019, back for the start of something a little bit different on this channel. Now in the past I've used the classic cars a fair bit on F1 2017 and a little bit on F1 2018. Now I haven't really done anything with them on F1 2019 and obviously with Formula 1 currently still not being around and existing, I thought today we'd try and see how a new little sort of mini-series would fare on the channel. Now, it's a similar concept that has been done by others before. I'm not going to try and deny it, but hopefully today we can have a bit of fun with it. Basically, we are going to be going around and taking on classic and older Formula 1 pole times from in previous years. Some obviously more iconic than others, some just a little bit of fun here on F1 2019. Gives us a good excuse to use the classic cars as well, which as those of you that have been around for quite a while will know I'm a big fan of. Now for this first one that sort of gave me the idea, it was actually the Formula 1 game, you know, their official Twitter account gave me the idea for this one, and that was to beat Jenson Button's pole time from the 2009 Australian Grand Prix, where he set a 1 minute 26.202, obviously in what is probably one of the most iconic cars for such a short-lived team. Obviously the Brawn BGP001 is, yeah, truly, like I said, iconic in Formula 1, but yeah, it was only ever around for 1 year. So jumping into this one though, we're going to be running obviously cockpit cam like I've done in this, sort of when I did that Max Verstappen challenge a few weeks ago, and then obviously no assists, anything like that. Probably going to, we'll keep it on baseline setup as well for this one as well. Hopefully this is something you guys do go on to enjoy. If you do, make sure you do get yourself subscribed. And yeah, let's jump in then. It's time to head to Australia. So here we are then, ready for what will probably be an interesting banker lap here at Albert Park. Obviously you haven't got to worry about any DRS with this car. Back when the V8s still were a thing. Obviously, I'm sure I'll give you guys a chance to listen to that soundtrack. Now, these older Formula 1 cars, especially from, you know, the 2009-2010 car, they can brake stupidly late into the corners. As you can see, that I'm braking at the normal F1 2019 point, and I've still got plenty of time to roll the car into the corner. They're also incredibly loose, as I'm sure that has just proven. Now obviously these cars did run a lot smaller, skinnier tyres, and they really, you know, this car obviously didn't have ground effect, but when Red Bull, blown diffusers even I should say, ground effect certainly hasn't been around in quite a while, but yeah, the Red Bull car, obviously in 2010 with its blown diffuser, certainly sort of changed the way we saw how Formula 1, you know, how they use the rear wings in this era. So, yeah, there's a lot of downforce on these cars, a lot of, you know, grip in every sort of sense, mechanical, aerodynamic, everything like that. And yeah, obviously they're nowhere near as heavy as the Formula 1 cars from, obviously, the hybrid era as well. So, it certainly makes for a very, very different driving experience. And obviously, that lack of weight as well means you have a bit less weight over the rear wheels. Anyway, heading towards the end, though, of our first lap. We'll see just how brave you can be through a couple of these corners. Down in towards the final turn, second guessing ourselves just a little bit. What is it going to be? Bit squirrely out of the final corner. It's going to be way off the pace. Obviously we did spin a 1:37.4. So we've got just over 11 seconds that we need to find. Ooh, running a bit wide through turn 1. That's okay. Unfortunately invalidating the lap, but this should be a good indicator of what our pace actually is like. Coming towards the end then of our second lap. This one's been a much cleaner trip round the lake. What time is it going to be as we head towards the start-finish line? We're going to be fairly close. A 1:26.6, so we're only 4/10 off at the end of our second lap. It's now, as we get all kinds of loose through turn 1. That's not quite what we wanted to do. It's all about now just trying to keep it between the white lines. This is such a different driving experience to the Brawn, or not even to the Brawn, sorry, to the Formula 1 cars of today. I'm also going to tweak the brake bias slightly and unlock the diff just a little bit more Let's go for this again. For the corners then of our third lap, this one's definitely going to break the benchmark. However, we did have a bit of a corner cut, so it's going to be a mid to high 25. There we go, 25.389. Now we should try and keep it between the white lines, see what we can do. Let's give you guys a little bit of some audio as well from what is quite an incredible sounding car. There we go, just a little bit of the old V8 party piece there. Down in towards the far chicane we go. It's actually crazy the fact you only have to drop it down one gear through there. And obviously watching this, watching the rev counter climb to nearly 18,000 RPM as well is something that I've missed, I'll be honest, in the world of Formula 1. But anyway, coming towards the end though, and we've just got and invalidated it there. I thought this was going to be the lap. That's a bit annoying. But through the final corner we go. It's going to be yet another improvement here. We can definitely aim for 24s clean. And yeah, that is a 24-7. Let's get this challenge completed then. This is definitely, obviously, Brawn, they didn't exactly get a lot of development done through the season. But they definitely had obviously a little bit, and the car got a bit quicker throughout the entirety of the year. Now, I'm impressed I've honestly made it this far into the video without talking about the double-decker diffuser here. I was going to try and avoid mentioning it as best as possible, but it's been brought up now, as that's going to be another invalidation. I probably deserve that for bringing it up. Braking down in towards turn 1, want to brake just at the 100 metre board there, down in through third gear. That's going to be just running wide. Right, now we're going to do this. This can't take too long, surely. Through the final corner then, ready to start a lap around Albert Park. Let's finally get this challenge completed. Up through into 7th gear there, about 185, 190 miles an hour as you head down towards turn 1. Want to brake, like I said, just at the 100 metre board. Ride the curve through the entry, try and keep a nice tidy run on the exit so you can get the run down towards turn 3 once again up to about 180, braking just at the black box. Cycle all the way back down into 2nd gear there. I'm using 2nd just to try and watch the wheel spin. So you can see, still not quite getting the run through the corner. Back up into 5th, completely pinned if you get it right, just having a little bit of a blend that time through. Down into sector 2 though, ride the curbs on the exit as you head now through, just trying to keep it nice and tidy, give yourself the shortest run in towards the next braking zone there, braking just at the end of the white line. That's a little bit loose. That's going to cost us quite a lot of time there, but that's okay, we can continue on as best as possible. Then down in towards my favourite part of the lap, dropping it down 2 gears that time, just to give ourselves a bit of extra rotation there. That's okay. Then back up into 7th gear, one of the high-speed parts of the track. Back down into 3rd, just try and give yourself a bit of better traction on the exit. 4th gear for the 3rd last corner. Back up into 5th, and then all the way down lowest speed corner of the track. The only time I'm using 1st gear. Through the final corner then. Get on the power nice and tidily at the final turn. What time is it going to be? Surely it's going to be good enough to beat JENSON Button. Yes, it is. A 125.7. That's exactly what we like to see there. And we have now completed the challenge. Let's try and go for one more quicker lap, though. Let's see if we can try and break into the 24s clean. Always a bit more time to find. Obviously, this is where we made our first mistake last time through. Just really struggling to try and get the car pointed exactly where I want it. It is such a different experience to the cars of today. But we'll see what we can get it hooked up. Ride the curves again quite nicely. And yeah, the V8, it sounds pretty good. I'll admit, I'm definitely looking forward to doing some laps in the old V10s. You can get away with a little bit of short shifting as well in this car. Obviously, where it revs so much, you know, it picks up the traction once again quite nicely. That was very, very close to invalidation through there, but we got a good line through. down in towards the final couple of corners then. Let's try and firmly put the nail in the coffin in this challenge. Just trying to make sure we ride the curbs nicely. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Down in towards the final couple of corners. This car is so much fun to drive though. Really just trying to get absolutely everything out of it. It's going to be a 124.6, 124.5 even. We know it's now possible to do. But it's just about trying to keep it just between the white lines around here. Obviously, where it's a much smaller car, you feel like you can open up the corners a little bit more. That's not quite how it always works. Just try not to spin over that curve there. Try not to run wide through there either. Gotta be so careful on the throttle though. This thing will quite happily light up these rear tyres. They're nothing in comparison to the modern rear tyres that you get in Formula 1 nowadays. Obviously this was still only the second year that Formula 1 cars weren't running traction control again, and they do definitely feel quite loose as well. It's always weird for me. I've never really played on a Formula 1 game where the F1 cars did have traction. Or at least it's been a very, very long time since I have. But yeah, always you realise in these older cars just how much they really did need them. Come on then, down in towards the final couple of corners. Don't run wide through there this time round. This car sounds so good as well on the downshift. Through the final corner, then down towards the start-finish line. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 125.6, surely. It's going to be a 124.606 at the end of the day, though. That is quicker than JENSON button by just shy of 1.6 seconds at the end of the day. But what a car this was as well, obviously. Truly, truly iconic for the 1 year the team was in the world of Formula 1. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you do get yourself subscribed as well. We'll do a couple of celebratory donuts as well at the end of the day. But yeah, that was quite a good fun little challenge. If you guys have got any that you would like me to do as well, make sure you leave them down in the comments below. Ideally, I would love for, obviously both the track, obviously has to be in the game, and ideally the car, for example, say in 2009 if it was a Red Bull, I try to avoid that if possible, but certainly, if it's an iconic enough lap, we'll try and beat it in the closest counterpart we have got in F1 2019. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Do get yourself subscribed if you're new around here as well, and you do want to see more F1 2019 content on the channel. Yeah, we will be back next time out for whatever we end up driving next.